Hey folks, welcome back to Military Forces Unleashed, where we dive deep into the machines, strategies, and stories that shaped modern warfare. Today, we're taking off, literally, into the thrilling world of one of the most audacious aircraft ever built. In this episode, we'll uncover how the Convair B-36 Peacemaker, a bomber so massive it could shade a football field, revolutionized air warfare, blending sheer size with Cold War-era nuclear deterrence. Buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride. What happens when a nuclear bomb falls off a plane? America's first broken arrow incident. Picture this. It's 1950. The Cold War is heating up, and the U.S. Air Force is testing its biggest, baddest bomber yet, the B-36 Peacemaker. Now imagine that bomber losing a nuclear weapon over Canada. Sounds like the plot of a Hollywood disaster movie, right? Well, it actually happened. And today we're diving into the story of how this colossal bomber almost started World War III. The story of the B-36 begins during World War II, a time when aerial combat was evolving from dogfights to strategic bombing campaigns. Before the U.S. formally entered the war in 1941, there was serious concern about a potential German victory in Europe. While Hitler's forces were hoping for peace with America, they were equally focused on developing weapons to strike the U.S. mainland. This culminated in the infamous America Bomber program, a plan for a transatlantic bomber capable of hitting New York or Washington, D.C. and returning to Europe. Driven by similar fears, the U.S. Army Air Corps issued a request for a long-range bomber in April 1941. They wanted an aircraft with a range of at least 16,000 kilometers, almost 10,000 miles, capable of flying high, striking targets in Europe, and then heading back toward Greenland. Consolidated Aircraft, later renamed Convair, won the tender in October 1941. Their design, a six-engine behemoth that would eventually become the B-36 Peacemaker. But here's the twist. By the time the first prototype flew in 1946, the war was over. Suddenly, this monster bomber found itself in a world transitioning to jets, and its original purpose seemed, well, kind of pointless. Engineers had to solve problems like integrating piston engines with jet propulsion, pushing the boundaries of aerodynamics and electronics. Fun fact, the B-36's wingspan was so wide, almost 70 meters, that engineers joked it could shade half a football field. And its crew members? They had to ride around inside the plane on a trolley system, pulling themselves through tunnels connecting the front and rear compartments. Yeah, it was that big. Equipped with 6 piston engines and 4 jet engines, the B-36 was designed for one mission, delivering nuclear payloads deep into enemy territory. Its maximum takeoff weight was a staggering 10,000 pounds, almost as heavy as a modern B-52H. It featured 4 bomb bays, capable of carrying up to 87,000 pounds of bombs, including the massive Mark 17 hydrogen bomb, which weighed nearly 42,000 pounds. At its cruising altitude of 43,000 feet, the B-36 was believed to be immune to interceptors. Its combat range of 6,500 kilometers, 4,000 miles, and ferry range of 16,000 kilometers, 10,000 miles, made it the only reliable method of delivering nuclear weapons to Soviet territory during the late 1940s and early 1950s. Imagine an aircraft that could penetrate enemy airspace undetected, delivering its payload before radar operators even knew it was there. The B-36's high-altitude capabilities and sheer size made it a symbol of Cold War deterrence. Later models added 4 jet engines under the wings, used in short bursts to improve takeoff performance and allow faster passage over target areas. While the B-36 never dropped a bomb in anger, it played a crucial role in reconnaissance missions. The RB-36D variant carried 14 cameras in its bomb bay, capable of resolving a golf ball from an altitude of 45,000 feet and 12 miles away. These missions provided invaluable intelligence during the early Cold War, photographing Soviet positions in the Arctic and supposedly flying over China. But the B-36's most infamous moment came on February 13, 1950, during a simulated combat mission over the Pacific Northwest. A Mark IV nuclear bomb, carrying conventional explosives but no plutonium core, fell off the aircraft near British Columbia. The crew bailed out, and the bomber eventually crashed in Alaska. The bomb? It was never recovered. This incident, known as America's first broken arrow, highlighted both the dangers and the absurdity of relying on such massive, complex machines during the Cold War. While the B-36 excels at long-range missions and nuclear deterrence, it struggles with speed and maneuverability. Its top speed of 700 kilometers per hour, 435 miles per hour, made it vulnerable to jet-powered interceptors like the MiG-15, which debuted in Korea in 1950. Critics argue that the B-36 was more hype than substance, citing its high operational cost and maintenance headaches. Simply changing the aircraft's 336 spark plugs was a nightmare for ground crews. Supporters, however, point to its unmatched range and payload capacity. During the late 1940s and early 1950s, the B-36 was the only reliable method of delivering nuclear weapons to Soviet territory. The U.S. Navy, meanwhile, argued that carrier-based aircraft, not bombers, were the future of warfare, leading to the infamous Revolt of the Admirals in 1949. At its core, the B-36 Peacemaker is a testament to human ingenuity, but also a reminder of how complex and costly modern warfare has become. For all its flaws, it remains an impressive aircraft, a symbol of an era defined by fear, ambition, and rapid technological change. If this journey through the skies got you thinking, hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments. Which aircraft or system should we tackle next? Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated. Thanks for tuning in to Military Forces Unleashed. Your support keeps this channel flying high. See you next time as we explore another chapter in military aviation history.